Hey, bonjour, it's Al from Al's Rolling Nut House. Hey, just wanted to give you a quick update regarding winterizing, some stuff I'm learning and learned from last season. Last night it was 22 degrees, and I had my water tanks under the bus. So this was a quick setup that I made before we went to North Dakota, and it's not a very well thought out thing, but it works. So I have I think it's a 47-gallon tank in there. That is got off of Amazon. There are two in there. There's a gray tank, which you see right there, and behind it is a 47-gallon fresh water. And so what I do is on the driver's side I have a discharge for the gray tank, and so what I can do is if you were to dump station or whatever, your utilities for dumping and all that is usually on the driver's side, so we piped it over to that side. And right now I also have a little thing going there that you see, that's just gray, like I was rinsing it out and just dumping it there. But I can remove this, and that's my plan. I'm going to remove these. They just pop out. The fittings that I made for it, I didn't glue them, just one spot, so that I can disconnect them and pull the tanks out when I need to service it. My water pump and the little bladder, what do you call this, for the pressure regulator, kind of is in there as well. So I'm going to cut that and remove it for the winter time. And then the other thing was, now that pump probably froze last night, but it's fine now. I'm up just above freezing right now. Regarding the outside shower thing. Now this thing I bought on Amazon, really cool, very inexpensive. It was like 26 bucks or something. And we've used it a few times, but it's very fragile plastic, and when it gets cold it's going to be brittle. So like you want to, arrange that so that you can purge the water out of it. And then I disconnect the flex hose on it as well, and then I just shove it back in there and close it and lock it and just leave it alone for the rest of winter. It seemed to be okay. It worked okay this summer. Inside, this is the thing. If I'm planning on making a 20-gallon water tank, and it may end up back here, and put this back on. The bathroom back here is just kind of loaded with stuff I didn't know where else to put, so just throw it back here. But so the shower underneath there is a trap. Underneath the sink is a trap, and so that trap has a cork in it, and I just unscrew the corks on them and let them drain, and that's what I'll do for winter. Another thing, you might think I'm nuts, I'm running the heat in here. I got two hot air diesel heaters, one in the bunk area and one up by the lounge, and I have this roof vent open a little bit. So I just took this down, because if you don't, you see the condensation on the glass. You'll have condensation. You want to try and you don't want things getting wet and mildewing, So venting it is really important. I don't run the fan, but I just let it breathe, Last year I used a regular shower that took the trim off, but this is like what you would install in a house. So it has out, going out to the shower head, and then you have the hot and cold going in, and then there would be another one that gets corked, and that would go down to your bathtub. Well, I was thinking I'm going to take that when I install the new one, the replacement, and put a drain under the bus and a ball valve down there outside the bus, so that way it can drain. The yoke of this valve was still full of water. I couldn't, gravity didn't take it out, and so it cracked and leaks. So unfortunately, but we'll take it apart again. I didn't caulk everything or anything like that, so it's just easy to unscrew and then take the panels down, and I'll be able to get behind it. And I'll put probably some more spray foam around it. However, one of the things I'm learning, like if you take wax paper or something like that and put it behind the valve, because like I want to still be able to get to it to work with it. I don't want to have spray foam all over it. So if you make a barrier with like wax paper or plastic, you see it in packaging all the time, that can save you some aggravation, so you're not trying to scrape spray foam off the back of the valve and stuff. But that's something I want to do. And then there's a thought too that, a lot of these things that we drain, perhaps maybe you'd hook up an electric solenoid to it, and then you could, like it would be like a motorized ball valve, so that way you could just like press a button and have all these solenoids open the valve and just drain the thing down and then hit close. However, I don't have the money to do that right now, and it's a cool thought, but everything I tend to automate, it makes it, I don't know, something goes wrong with it inevitably, and then you end up, swearing at the thing, this thing ain't working right, or something happens, the solenoid didn't work right, or whatever. It's a neat idea, but I don't know if I would want to execute it that way. Maybe I'll just keep it simple and have a ball valve under the bus, and then just be able to do it that way. And then up here in the kitchen area, I have so I have the diesel air heat discharges under that couch kind of, and it sucks in air under this. Now this will be finished off someday underneath this sink, not in the near future though, but it's kind of neat because it all gets warm over here, so this trap under the sink, stays above freezing. When I did the plumbing for this, now that pipe goes down to the gray tank underneath, and of course, assuming at your level and all that, it's going to work. But I also made a ball valve underneath, and so it bypasses and it'll discharge straight down onto the ground if I wanted to. So if you just wanted to dump, a glass of water or something down the sink in the wintertime after you've winterized it, you can still do that and not have to worry about the tank freezing. So then the other thing I do for winterizing, I got these neat little fuzzy things to put up over the Fantastic Fan and Max Air vents, and it provides some protection. The knob is in the way here, kind of. It does push up, I guess. That's it, up all the way, but it doesn't really do a great job. So I was going to take some of this Reflectix, and the next time I have this thing apart, I was going to perhaps attach it to the top of the hatch, inside, and I know I'll lose my transparency, so I won't be getting light, but it'll have some R value, and so when it would be closed, it would actually have some R value to it, other than just being, pretty transparent thermally. So, and this has Reflectix on it, which is a neat concept, but I should really just cut this foam or cut the thing, and so it'll fit over it. I do this in a Sprinter van too. Anywhere where I got a vent, it does help keep the heat in. I'll definitely feel it. I'm walking underneath it with my bald spot, so I do feel these things. But it is important to be able to, have the thing come down and be able to ventilate even during the winter time. So that's what I've got for information right now. I do not have a black tank installed. We're using a porta potty, and that works out pretty good. I've had it freeze solid, and once we warm up the bus, it thaws out, still functions. Thank God it didn't crack the plastic or anything, but it worked out pretty good. So yeah, we've had some snow yesterday. Today's Halloween, so yesterday was the 30th, I guess. pine trees here, still dumping snow out and, you know, covering solar panels. And, you know, it's amazing what you learn after you experience some of these things and then learn how you're actually going to use the vehicle. I'd love to make a motorized tilt on the solar panels, so when I'm parked I could grab some more sun, and then also the snow would just slide right off and I wouldn't have to worry about it. And I still may do that as things progress. But yeah, it would be great too to have the money to change this is vinyl on this vehicle, and it would be nice to change it so it doesn't look so ugly. But it's okay. I'm just thankful to have the thing for now, I guess, and you know, a little bit at a time we're working on it. But another beautiful day, man. The sun is so beautiful on the reflecting off the snow on the trees and everything. It's just beautiful. So enjoy the beautiful day, and hopefully it's not too cold where you are, not too hot, just right. And enjoy each day. God bless. See you later.